Thank you for joining us in our Usborne Facebook party tonight. I'm so glad that you could be here with us. Everything I talk about tonight comes from this book, The Read Out Loud Handbook by Jim Trelease. It's great information that you can use even in your home. If you want to get it, it's on my website and you can purchase it there. It's so important to raise readers. Children spend 90% at home and 10% at school. Here are some tips to help your kids and raise early fluent readers. There's 4 tips, and the first one is number 1 is children need to be read to on a regular basis. 20 to 30 minutes a day. This includes newspapers, books, magazines, billboards, and more. They also lead by example, so if you're reading, they'll read too. So it's important that the parent is reading and the child is reading as well. Some of the books that we have with Usborne books that are great for reading is How Deep is the Sea? This is a penguin that goes throughout the book asking everybody how deep is the sea. It's fun because he meets lots of different people on its way, and then you see really big pictures of things in the ocean. And then at the end, in the back, it comes with a poster, How Deep is the Sea, that they can hang on their wall. This one is the Illustrated Fairy Tales. It's great binding. It has lots of stories in the book. It's considered a combined volume with Usborne books. It has all the fun fairy tales that children love to read about. It has great illustration, as you can see here. And fairy tales are great for kids because they have fears, and fairy tales help them conquer their fears. And this one is the complete book of Farm Your Tales. It comes with the CD and it has all the stories on the book. You get 20 stories in the book, and it's a dual reader. You read the top line for a short story and the bottom line for a long story. And then there's a little duck right here on every page that they can find, which makes it fun and very interactive. And if they're kind of running around the room, and it kind of brings them back into the story. We learn about this family and how they live on the farm and the things that they do, and it goes through all the different seasons. The next one, number 2, is a wide variety of printed material in the home. Each child should have at least 100 pieces of literature to their name, basically, so each person has 100 literature. There are 3 B's, 3 places in your home that I encourage people to have books. The first one is their bedside, next to on their lamp table. You can put books there and help let kids stay up a little bit longer so they can read their books, and it kind of gives them incentive to keep reading. The second place is either on your table or on a coffee table, and to have a basket on that table of books, and it just again invites kids to come over and start picking up a book and reading. The third place is just books, as many books as you can possibly have in your home. Some of the books that we love is the Big Book of Big Trucks. This is a new title that we just got this month. If you can open it up, you see, wow, look how big the pictures are. They have short descriptions with pictures, so it helps kids retain the information. It is nonfiction, so there is great information that is true information. And it's just a really fun book that kids can learn about the trucks. And the next one that I want to show you is our 1001 Things to Spot. We have a variety of these books. This one is in the Fairyland. It's fun because they can learn counting. It also is the same concept as reading, so back and forth. And then they can find the different things. This is great for in the car, at home, or even to take with you to church. This one is Muddle and Match. This is a boy one. We have a girl one, Muddle and Match, as well. It's a fun story. So Pete the plucky pirate, pleased with Percy, his particular parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. And then you change the page and you get a different character. They learn about all these different characters within the book, and then they can make it their own story. So they can turn the pages and make it their own character. Number 3, the things that you can do to help your kids at home is to have a paper and a pencil readily available. So something that they could do with scribbling, drawing, copying objects, letters. Some of those that we have with Usborne books is this is our Wipe, Clean, Get Ready for School. It has ABCs and 1, 2, 3. They can follow the dots, and they actually follow the dots and make real pictures, which is really fun for them. It has lots of color, and then they can write their ABCs and their alphabet and their 1, 2, 3 all in this book. This one right here is our drawing, doodling, and coloring. So it has empty pages or some that are already drawn in, and then they can copy, they can make their own, be really creative in drawing and doodling and coloring. This one is step-by-step drawing book. So they can take one page and they can actually draw, say, this house. It's very, very simple steps, and it helps kids show them that they can actually learn how to draw their own things. So number 4 is to stimulate a child's interest through answering endless questions, praising the child's effort, books, writing stories, and then displaying their artwork. This one is called Lift the Flap Questions and Answers for Dinosaurs. We have lots and lots of lift and flap books. But you know how kids ask who, where, when, why questions. This one is all about the dinosaur. So how many dinosaurs could fly? Then they open up the flap and they see a short description with pictures, which helps them retain the information that they're going to be reading, but also about that question. This is fun to do at night with your kids, or to even pique their interest with different questions, and they can learn all about the dinosaurs. This one is Write Your Own Comic Book. So this is fun that you can do with your kids, or even they can do by themselves, either way. But this will help you, the child, to be able to write stories and start their writing, and their pique their interest in different ways that they can write their own story. And then lastly, I want to show you the 365 Science Activities books. We have different activity books with Usborne books. This one's all about science activities. So things that they can do at home, or say science projects for school, that they can be creative, and then you can display their artwork and the things that they do in your home. Hopefully today I gave you some tips that you can implement in your home with raising readers. And if you have any questions, just write me a comment and I can answer those for you. Thanks.